the recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Championship Wrestling is brought to you in part by Castrol, the motor oil engineered for today's high-performance 4- and 6-cylinder engines.
Welcome to Championship Wrestling at ringside. This is Vince McMahon with wrestling's only living legend, Bruno Sammartino. And this week we'll take a look at Hillbilly Jim and Cousin Luke.
Well, Cousin Luke is a big man. He's very exciting to watch, and I'll tell you, I think the people are in for a real treat.
Also to join us, by the way, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and his manager, Elizabeth.
Well, I'll tell you, Macho Man is really going places. He's really climbed that ladder fast, and it looks like he's going to be there, stay there.
And also, the tag team champions in a non-title matchup, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake will be on hand, along with Corporal Kirchner and others. Right now, let's take you right up to ringside.
This is a tag team match. It's scheduled for one fall. Introducing to my right, from parts unknown, at 290 pounds, Moondog Spot. His partner from Boston, Massachusetts, at 290 pounds, Al Navarro. And their opponents, from Hog Waller, Tennessee, weighing 299 pounds, Cousin Luke. And from Bartlett, Kentucky, at 286 pounds, Hillbilly Jim.
All right, Hillbilly Jim. And Cousin Luke. I wonder how many relatives old Hillbilly Jim has. I don't know about the relatives, but he sure has an awful lot of friends here. Capacity crowd on hand. Largely doing parts. Take a good look at Hillbilly Jim. He is one of a kind, Bruno.
He certainly is. Hillbilly Jim is one of the most loved wrestlers in the ring today. Fans everywhere he goes, they just love Hillbilly Jim. And why not? He's one of the nicest guys ever to step into that square circle. Look at Cousin Luke. He's a big guy too, isn't he?
Yes, indeed. Hillbilly Jim. Don't go messing with a country boy. He can sing and he can scuffle. All right, now, what's it going to be? Luke may start things off. Jumping right into the fire. Looks like it's going to be Luke. No, Luke. That's on the outside. Luke. Uh-oh, from the looks of things, Luke doesn't seem all that experienced, at least not in tag team action, bro.
Yeah, Jim just told him, he says, no, Luke. He says, you can't sit here. You go outside and be ready for that tag when I'm ready.
Hillbilly Jim, side headlock now on Moondog Spot. Spot trying to set up Hillbilly Jim. Gives him a shove, but Jim hangs on to the side headlock. He is a big, strong, strapping individual, isn't he, Hillbilly Jim?
I was going to say, I wonder if people realize just how strong Hillbilly Jim is. He is a very, very strong man, and I'll tell you, like right now, Spot's trying to find out this. He's got as he's caught in a headlock, he's trying to toss Hillbilly Jim to the ropes, and no way. He just hangs on so tight that he just can't shake him off. Now he broke off on his own.
Jim, of course, with not all that much experience as compared to a Moondog Spot who's been wrestling for, I would think, 5, maybe even 8 years, maybe a little bit longer. Jim doesn't have that kind of experience, but he certainly has a great deal of strength and an awful lot of lady luck riding on his shoulders. Uh-oh.
Yep. Well, you know, besides having a lot of strength, he's a big guy, and he can take an awful lot. He doesn't get hurt easy.
Oh, my! Into the chest, tag is made. Luke now is going to step through the ropes. Moondog Spot off, and Luke gives him a shot to the midsection there with the boot. Or actually with the bare foot. Now Luke's looking back over at Hillbilly Jim. Better keep his eye on Moondog Spot. Up goes Luke. with a slam. Moondog Spot taking over now on Cousin Luke. Luke has a hard head.
Yeah.
Attack is made. Navarro comes in for the first time.
Well, you know, this Moondog Spot, he's no easy pickings. He's a veteran who's been in there and he's fought the best, and he'll give anybody a tough battle.
Navarro trying to give Luke a ride and does. Oh, my! He likes it barefooting in there, I think, does old Cousin Luke. Look at him. Skipping along. Just like back down at the holler.
Navarro doesn't know where he's at right now. And there's Jim. He's going to whip into center rope, but let's see if he's going to get him with that bear hug. And there it is.
Yes, sirree! Hillbilly Jim with a bear hug. And now Navarro. Meanwhile, Cousin Luke keeps the Moondog at bay, and Navarro surrenders.
I was going to say that gives you an idea of Hillbilly Jim's strength. You know, to make somebody give up on a bear hug, it takes an awful lot of power.
Let's get the official decision.
The winners of this bout, the team of Hillbilly Jim and Cousin Luke.
Yes, sir. Don't go messing with a country boy. Cousin Luke in there with Hillbilly Jim. Jim, crank it up now. He has this capacity crowd on his feet. Yes, sir. Standing by. Lord Alfred Hayes with a special update. The update on Hulk Hogan's Rocket Wrestling. But Bruno, here we go back to the replay.
Here we go. Hillbilly Jim just whipped up our center rope. He gets them up with the bear hug, and he squeezes them, and he surrenders. And again, they're victorious again.
All right, let's take you to Hulk Hogan's Rocket Wrestling, a little cartoon footage.
The popularity of the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan knows no bounds. The same public acknowledgement is also accorded to Roddy Piper, but for very different reasons. The feud that exists between the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, and the magnificent one, Don Morocco, has caught the attention of sports fans the world over. And now television companies, always quick to cater to public demand, have created an animated cartoon version of the World Wrestling Federation as an enjoyable offbeat diversion. Here is a clip of Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. This intriguing piece of animation has been programmed on television into a weekly series that is already an enormous success. If you haven't seen it, try to catch it. I'm sure you will like it. For update, this is Lord Alfred Hayes.
The ring to my right, from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, weighing 225 pounds, Jeff Cripley. His opponent is managed by classy Freddie Blassie from Tampa, Florida, weighing 265 pounds, Hercules Hernandez.
Now that is some specimen. Well, he's definitely a man, but you might think the way he moves in the ring, sometimes he's a beast. Last-minute words of consultation from manager Freddie Blassie. Hercules Hernandez. Quite a prospect, Bruno.
I'll tell you what, you say man or beast, his opponent sometimes may think he's a beast because he's so powerful for one thing, and he's so vicious in that ring that he can really do a number on you. And right now, this Jeff Cripley, he's about to find out just what Hercules Hernandez is made up of.
Hernandez in control of things at the moment. is now Cripply, who catches an elbow.
$200 a week.
I mean, 265 pounds, that man is really put together. He doesn't have any fat on him at all. I mean, just solid muscle and bones.
A great deal of agility possessed also by Hercules Hernandez. As now Jeff Cripply goes up across the shoulder. Hernandez holds him up there, lets him think about it for a minute. Cripply completely helpless up there. That's an awful feeling. But that's a worse feeling.
Now, that's a different version of a power slam, but just the same, he slammed him with Hernandez. Hercules Hernandez, all his weight came down on the upper chest of Cripply.
Cripply back to his feet, maybe not for long after that right hand. Look at that. Slams him down to the canvas.
And that's from a pressing position. He pressed him overhead so easily. And from that position, he just slammed him. I think Mr. Cripply is feeling not too well right now.
Hernandez just overpowering Jeff Cripply thus far. And you can bet Freddie Blassie likes very much what he sees.
I'm sure he does.
Ooh, dropped him right across the top rope. Appeared as though his throat struck the top rope. Hernandez, I think, paying a little bit more attention to some of the fans about ringside than he is his opponent.
Well, you know what's happening, Vince? A guy like Hercules Hernandez is so powerful, he's so tough, that right now he's got things so under control with this Jeff Cripply that he's taking his time. And by him taking his time, going slow about it, you're not really seeing the best of Hercules Hernandez, because against a tougher opponent, you will see a lot more of his talents, a lot more of his skills. But he's got things so under control that just taking his time. He's actually toying with Cripply right now because he knows he can beat him anytime he wants.
Cripply scooped and slammed. Hernandez now whips himself to the rope, drives the knee. So Hernandez is literally toying around with Jeff Cripply. Later on, we'd like to remind you that we're going to have more information on the Slammy Awards, which is really catching the imagination of fans all over the entire world. Look at this now. Backbreaker, and Hernandez can get you up there and really put the punishing maneuvers on you. With ease, it appeared.
Oh, he scooped Cripply up like he was a little toy right up there and made him surrender.
Hercules Hernandez with manager Freddie Blassie.
The winner of this bout, Hercules Hernandez.
Hernandez victorious, and I think he wants to, oh no. Cripply threw the ropes out on the concrete floor. No doubt a last-minute bit of advice from manager Freddie Blassie. That's the Freddie Blassie style, and this man certainly fits right into the mold of the Freddie Blassie style. Let's go back to the replay.
Well, this was no contest. He was just too tough for me. Get Jeff Cripply here on his backbreaker. And you know, as soon as he got him up there, that was the end. And of course, Cripply wastes no time in surrendering. And Blassie's happy because this man is victorious again.
Hercules Hernandez victorious. We'll take you now to a special interview.
All right, fans, next Saturday night, January the 11th, back at the Boston Garden, tremendous World Wrestling Federation action. In a tag team bout, it's going to be Piper and Orton going up against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and the living legend, the great Bruno Sammartino. Title defense for the Intercontinental Champion of the World next Saturday night, Tito Santana to meet challenger, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Mr. Savage, welcome back to Boston.
Yeah, don't be nice to me now because we're getting too close. Yeah, too close to the stepping stone to the World Heavyweight Championship belt. No, yeah, I will be the WWF World Heavyweight Champion. The Boston Garden's a lot of history there, yeah.
Oh.
John Havlicek and Larry Bird are considered fantastic athletes, and yes, they are. Except they're not as good as the Macho Man Randy Savage, because I am the #1 in the world, world's greatest athlete.
Let's compare apples and
Apples and oranges, you were going to say.
well.
Wasn't that something? Aren't you something, Mean Gene Oakland? You're outstanding, yeah. You're as good as Tito Santana, yeah.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, you guys got a conversation going on.
No.
I got a title defense, and you guys are talking to me. Oh, yeah, man. You trust me?
I trust you.
You trust me, huh?
Well,
yeah, you shouldn't. You don't know me that well. Look into the video scope right now, Elizabeth, and say goodbye, namby-pamby.
Goodbye, namby-pamby.
Yeah, and that's Tito Santana. See, he's going to lose the belt to me in the Boston Gardens, right where Larry Bird and John Havlicek play basketball. Get out of here. Not right now,
Boy,
right
that's
now.
a little tough.
Oh, yeah, you think that's tough? Yeah, and you say you know me and you trust me? Yes, if the women you go out with mentally and verbally put me on a pedestal, and they think about me all day and all night.
Oh, please.
Yeah, they do.
Thank you very much, Randy Savage. Next Saturday night, we'll see you in the Boston Garden. Give me a break.
If you would, for the one of the nominations for the Slammys, Best Personality in Land of 1,000 Dances video, here are 4 of those nominees. All right, there are 4 of the nominees. You may vote for anyone in the Land of 1,000 Dances video as far as category A is concerned, and that is Best Personality in Land of 1,000 Dances video. Cast your vote by writing to the Slammys, the Wrestling Music Awards, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut.
This is a tag team attraction scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my left, at a total combined weight of 464 pounds, B. Brian Blair, Jumping Jim Brunzell, the Killer Bee. Their opponents, from the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 241 pounds, Barry O. His partner, from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing 230 pounds, Rick Jacobs.
I'm not certain if Rick Jacobs and Barry O have ever teamed together, but certainly their opposition is one of the finest teams in the World Wrestling Federation today, the Killer Bees.
They sure are. I'll tell you, watching these two in the ring, it's just beautiful because they go so well together. They have such great speed. They know so many different wrestling maneuvers in that ring. And I'll tell you, they are just exciting to watch and always in such tip-top shape. Look at that beautiful drop toe hold on Barry Ho. Gets behind him, hooks one of the arms. They just know it all in there. They're really exciting to watch.
Nice fireman carry takedown. Reaching for the tag now, it is made. Jumping Jim Brunzell steps through. Brunzell with a nice takedown on Barry O. Oh, perpetual motion there. He's always moving around, always trying to gain some slight advantage. I wonder what the O stands for, Bruno.
I don't know, but against these two guys, it's going to stand for 0 when it comes to...
I'm not too sure about that. Barry O.
Well, he's tough. Barry O's tough, but these two guys, they are so clever, so quick. They know so much wrestling that, boom. But Barry O, who's a tough competitor, I think is going to find it very difficult to give the... Well, unless a cheap shot like that.
Well, one thing O has not done, and that is tag his partner, which you might suspect that he would do, having suffered quite a bit of damage earlier on, but now a cover. Not much of one, only a count of 1, if that. And now the tag is made. Coming to the ropes now, Rick Jacobs. Wide open shot. Jacobs down to the midsection, forearm upstairs now. Just like that, things turn around.
Well, I could tell you just the way Jacobs threw an elbow at B. Brian Bear that he's not that experienced because he certainly did not put his weight behind and therefore he didn't do too much damage. But on the other, look at...
Oh, look at that drop kick. From way upstairs, and the 3 count. That's why they call him Jumping Jim Brunzell. What a drop kick. What a combination. The Killer Bees, ranked very highly in tag team competition throughout the World Wrestling Federation.
Here are your winners, the Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees on their way to victory. Let's go back, take a look at the replay, Bruno.
Well, we saw a beautiful move here. We see B. Brian Bear. He gets Jacobs up and like on a bear hug way up. And look at Jim Brunzell. He shoots way up in the air, and he still catches Jacobs with a beautiful drop kick right about below the chin, and that's really getting some height up there. And of course, here's the pin. Barry Owen who gets involved in there, but Brian Bear is in there to knock him practically out of the ring, and there they are. The Killer Bees are victorious again and exciting as ever.
The Killer Bees on to victory. B. Brian Blair and jumping Jim Brunzell. I think that drop kick was above the 6-foot mark. That was
at least.
We'll be seeing more of the Bees, and later on, the joiners will be the Macho Man, Randy Savage, of course, along with Elizabeth. Corporal Kirchner will be here. Brutus, Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Rowdy Piper, and more. Right now, to the interview.
I don't drink wine. I'm sorry, Boston. I don't even like wine. I'm not Italian. He's not Italian. I don't have a big, fat, pushed-in nose and grimy, nasty ears, but I can understand why they want to cheer for Bruno Sammartino, because he reminds them of all the women in Boston. You married the same thing, isn't it? I can understand why they would want to cheer for Orndorff, because he don't think either. You know, he's never had a thought cross his mind. Sometimes he's got to have someone tell him when to go to the bathroom. These are the guys that are your heroes. These are the guys that are so terrific. These are the guys you're throwing in. And then why you're being so brave in Boston. Why you're being so brave and honest. What they do is they take Orndorff and they're putting this cast on him. Why are they putting a cast on him? The guy says, he bumped his arm. Did you bump your little itty-bitty arm? We're men. We don't have to do that kind of garbage. We are going to show up. You know, last time I was in Boston, me and AC Baby here, he's always dealing with a full bag. Ain't you, 53 cars any day. He and AC Baby, as we walked out, we beat up half the town of Boston because they said we took advantage of Bruno. Is that why you have this great vendetta? Pardon me, am I talking over your head? Is that why you're mad at us? Is that better for you? Or are you mad at us because everything we said came true? Are you mad at us because you backed losers again? Are you mad at us because you threw these guys in the ring with these gnarly, nasty claws? Have you ever seen Orndorff, man? He don't care no more. He don't care about nothing. He got nothing to lose, huh? He got nothing to gain. All he wants to do is eat meat, huh? I ain't a can of Alpo, brother. I ain't nothing. Oh, this is my bodyguard. I love my bodyguard. He's gonna be in there with me at all times. You want to play fencing? You want to play cast versus cast? Is that what you're thinking? You're thinking for a way out? I know a way out for you. What you do is you feel comfortable with Bruno. You go to some alley, get a bottle of Thunderbird wine, sit there and enjoy yourself.
The event is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my right, hailing from Fort Worth, Texas, weighing 225 pounds, Don Driggers. And his opponent, led down the aisle by Elizabeth from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 236 pounds, Randy Macho Man Savage. The Macho Man with manager Elizabeth. Hello there, Elizabeth. And Elizabeth gets a tremendous ovation. The Macho Man doesn't. That's one thing that will really get the Macho Man hot. When the fans cheer Elizabeth and then they boo him, he really goes, hey, Bruno.
He gets very upset. He's very resentful of that. And sometimes he shows it. He shows it by the expression, the way he looks at Elizabeth.
Not only the Hulkster, I think just about all the World Wrestling Federation is in love with Elizabeth. And she is such a sweet, wholesome lady. She is one fine lady.
She certainly is a very pretty lady, but I don't know what the world wants her to be associated with the Macho Man.
No, I can't understand that either. The Macho Man on Driggers. The Macho Man later on this weekend, as a matter of fact, is set to meet George the Animal Steele on Saturday night's main event, and I'll tell you, that is going to be something.
Oh, yes, that's going to be something. That's going to be some kind of a test for the Macho Man, because as tough as he is, but I happen to know how tough George Steele can be. So that should be a real treat.
I'm not too sure how much Driggers is going to put the Macho Man to the test, but you can bet the Animal. Whoa! Driggers since the Macho Man threw the ropes. No, look at that. How about that?
Oh, did he go flying out? What a knee.
If you believe what he did, that was... Uh-oh, he's going all the way out now. The Macho Man with Driggers. This is one tough competitor, the Macho Man.
He certainly is. I'll tell you, it was very... Uh-oh, here he comes. Oh, just put up.
Right over the head.
He was furious when Driggers threw him out of the ring. That really got him on fire. And boy, he's really doing a job on Don Driggers now.
The Macho Man now.
You know what's coming up?
Yes, on the top rope. The Macho Man with Driggers. Elbow right to the chest. And you talk about arrogance. The Macho Man gets the dope. The Macho Man making short work of Don Driggers. That will not be the case when he meets the Animal George Steele later on this weekend.
Here is the winner, Randy Macho Man Savage, the world's greatest wrestler.
Driggers still in. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Boy, this is vintage Macho Man, I'll tell you. This will not happen when the Animal
That's for sure.
gets his hands on the Macho Man.
That's for sure. No way.
Look at him. He'll badmouth Elizabeth, too. Unbelievable the things that he says to Elizabeth. We'll go back down to the replay.
But look at this. Here he comes off that top rope. Really spring himself up. Coming down with all his weight on that elbow. Look at this. Right in the upper chest. Close to the neck area of Don Driggers. And I'll tell you, boy, that's devastating. You know that Driggers is not only out for the count here, but this is something that he will feel tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that.
When the Animal gets hold of the Macho Man Randy Savage on Saturday night's main event later this weekend, that's going to be something. Right now.
Hello, you scumbags! Ladies and gentlemen, this week, would you please, I have the privilege, please have a seat, ma'am. You beautiful thing. I have the privilege of being with, again, the world's ladies champion wrestler, the greatest wrestler, they say, of all time. I want to be the first to congratulate the Fabulous Moolah. Don't you let them bother you. I want you to know, not only do I think that you are the greatest woman wrestler ever, you are also the absolutely prettiest woman wrestler I have ever seen in my entire life.
Thank you so very much.
I would like to ask you a question that pertains to lady wrestlers. You know, lady wrestlers in school, they don't have a chance to learn amateur wrestling, and obviously you have different body parts than I do, and it must be very hard to learn how to protect them. And I was just wondering, you know, with all your great success that you've had, how have you managed to protect yourself?
Well, Roddy, it's very hard, but I can do a lot of things, and I do it well, and that's one of them.
I understand now that ever since you won the title, Hulk Hogan has been asking you for a date. What would you say if he finally got to you?
I said no.
All right, you said no. Can you imagine that? Hulk Hogan being put down? I don't blame you. I want to congratulate you the way we do in Scotland for having won the championship. Ace, would you help me move this table here? In Scotland, we have a special way of congratulating ladies champions. Please rise. Would you hold this for me?
I've ever seen. Isn't that nice?
A
Boston Garden, Saturday, January 11th at 8 p.m. Get your tickets in advance, fans, at the Garden box office and all Ticketron locations. You'll see the Junkyard Dog and Corporal Kirchner face Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. Randy Macho Man Savage challenges Tito Santana for the Intercontinental Belt, and Bruno Sammartino and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff meet Rowdy Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton, January 11th, Boston Garden.
Carabello. And his opponent from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, weighing 263 pounds, Corporal Kirchner.
Yes, sir. Corporal Kirchner. With all glory right there. I love. This is one tough competitor. Corporal Kirchner. Amazing how he has made the transition into the World Wrestling Federation. Kirchner Corps is the corporal now. Prepares to lock up for Gino Carabello. Carabello takes over, whips him to the rope, sets him up. Back body, no. Kirchner trying to leap over, slaps the fire right out of him. Arm drag takedown. And another one. Kirchner scoops up Carabello. Slam down to the canvas. Kirchner displaying rather aggressive skills in there.
Well, he got very aggravated when Carabello slapped him. Oh, here's going to slip right in the ring. Carabello made the mistake of slapping Corporal Kirchner, and here comes a big suplex, looks like. And Kirchner really got upset, and he really took over on Carabello. And he should have been doing a number on him.
Kirchner in complete control at the moment. Underhooks. Nicely done. And the cover. I don't think so, no. Kirchner, formerly with the 82nd Airborne. Has him up across his back now. And any moment he's going to bite the dust. Yes, down to the canvas. Hooks the leg, gets good leverage, and gets the 3 count. Corporal Kirchner, who later on this weekend in Saturday night's main event is going to be locked up with Nikolai Volkov in a peace match, Bruno, which we'll discuss later on.
The winner of this match, Corporal Kirchner.
Corporal Kirchner. He's really quite a fan favorite and coming into his own in the World Wrestling Federation. Corporal Kirchner. Proud of his country, proud of his military background, as well he should be. Should be proud thus far of his success in the WWF. Now then, as we take you back to the replay, Bruno, let's talk about this peace match now as we take a look at this. The peace match, apparently, the challenge from Nikolai Volkov after the recent summit meeting. Apparently, this is the first sort of cultural exchange, if you can call it cultural. Nikolai Volkov has challenged Corporal Kirchner to a peace match, which means that it must be conducted strictly on a scientific basis.
Well, knowing Nikolai Volkov, let's put it this way. I think he'll attempt to do that because he probably believes that he can outdo Corporal Kirchner. Should Kirchner prove to be the better scientific wrestler, which I think he will do, then I don't trust Nikolai Volkov because the main thing with him is to win, and to win at all costs. And if things get a little out of hand there, I believe with my heart and soul that Volkov will go back, retaliate with his usual tactics. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I expect.
If that were to happen, that certainly would give Russia, I would think, pretty much of a bad impression as far as the fans are concerned, assuming Volkov is representing Russia. So, I don't know. I'm very anxious to find out exactly what will happen.
Me too. I really
Saturday night's main event later on this weekend when Volkov beats Kirchner.
Today,
Category A. Well, now there's a Category B for your voting of the best single vocal performance on the wrestling album. Here are all of the nominees.
Grab them cash. Oh, what the hell you do? Grab them cash. Listen, I don't care what it takes.
Don't go messing with a country boy, country boy, a country boy. Don't go messing with a country boy, don't mess with a country boy. Born out Rick Springfield, 'cause she's my girl and she always will be the only girl for me. Tack-a-loo, tack-a-loo, tack-a-loo. So when I'm on the scene, everything's alright. Tack-a-loo, tack-a-loo, alright. The woman I like me, but I say, there's only one thing I got to say, yeah. Pretty, pretty, already. Pretty, pretty, already. Pretty, pretty, already.
All right, those are the nominees for Best Single Vocal Performance on the Wrestling Album. And this is Category B. Earlier on, we mentioned Category A, which is the Best Personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video. If you'd like to vote for Category A and B, we invite you to do so by writing to this address, the Slammys, the Wrestling Music Awards, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut.
This is a non-title tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my left, the manager, Luscious Johnny Valiant. And he represents the current World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. From San Francisco, California, weighing 272 pounds, Brutus Beefcake. And from Seattle, Washington, at 248 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine. Their opponents, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 220 pounds, Tony Stetson. His partner from Lostan, Illinois, weighing 240 pounds, Paul Dos.
Alrighty, there we have the participants in the special tag team matchup. This is a non-title matchup. Earlier on, we saw the Killer Bees. What are they saying, fruitcake?
That's what they're saying, and he doesn't like it. Look at it. He's saying, hey, call it what you want. I'm the champion. I'm having the tag team champion here.
Many fans credit Johnny Valiant for being the brains behind the brawn and not only leading Valentine and Beefcake to the tag team title, but maintaining their position there. Many credit the wisdom, if you would, of Luscious Johnny Valiant.
I think you have to, because you have two individuals here with completely different styles, Valentine and Beefcake, and yet when Johnny Valiant got them together, he worked with them so much that he's taken these different styles, he's put them together, and somehow he made them gel so well together that not only have they won the title, but they've kept them now for quite some time, defeating all opponents, and it seemed to be as strong as ever as a team, and perhaps getting better and better as time goes. So Valiant has done a fantastic job. We're just in a beautiful suplex with double chicken wing suplex by Beefcake. They are something.
Beefcake in control at the moment.
Well, Paul Doe's just got a... Oh, here's another one now. This is Tony Stetson, I believe. He just... That was almost like a suplex the way he face locked him, took him over. Beefcake, that is. And Valentine, I'll tell you, when he gives those shots in the side of the head with those forearms, he really knows how to put that weight behind him. And it looks like now he's going to come up with Tony Stetson with a suplex.
Yes. Very easily done on the part of Mr. Valentine.
But you see how he does it, Vince. He takes him, he hooks him front face lock, takes him up, but then he doesn't go back himself. He just kind of throws him off to the side. I don't know if it's quite as effective because he doesn't use his own weight to come down on the opponent. But nevertheless, he does not have to absorb any of the shock of the blow himself.
Tag is made now. You'll see that quite frequently under normal occasions. Beefcake and Valentine functioning quite well as a unit. Beefcake has a I think, the most unusual-looking wrestling attire in all of the WWF.
Can't say that for sure, I'll tell you. That's why I think people get on this case quite a bit. Ooh, she had shot by Valentine. Right on the side of the head of Tony Stetson.
I don't understand this at all.
Oh, wow, what a slam right on the concrete floor.
Valentine sending Stetson back in, but I don't understand why Valentine was not automatically disqualified right there as the referee turned around.
Well, maybe if they did, maybe some of these guys would stop doing some of these ugly tactics, because that certainly should not be allowed. For a second, I thought Beefcake was going to go for a figure 4 leg lock, but I think it just weakened that leg a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if Valentine comes in and takes over on it some more and winds up with that hold.
Valentine drops the hammer into the chest. Now, Valentine ready to wind up. And Stetson in the figure 4 leg lock. As only Greg the Hammer Valentine can apply it. Well, I don't know. Santana is pretty good at applying the figure 4 leg lock as well. Devastating maneuver. But Valentine, no doubt, has really perfected it. And there we see Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus Beefcake, Luscious Johnny Valiant, victorious one more time.
The winners of this bout, the WWF Tag Team Champions, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake.
Speaking of tag teams, next week here on Championship Wrestling, certainly I think one of the great tag team combinations in somewhat of an unusual way, we'll see. That'll be the Junkyard Dog and George the Animal Steel next week teaming up. And there we see perfection applied in the form of the figure 4 leg lock.
All right, fans, next Saturday night, it's a week away, Boston Garden, tremendous World Wrestling Federation action. Junkyard Dog, come on in. Junkyard, next Saturday night, you're going to be teaming up with Corporal Kirchner. Your opponents are going to be former tag team champions of the world, the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov.
Well, I'm moving on up, Mean Gene. I got myself one heck of a partner, which is Corporal Kirchner, and I'm going against the former world's tag team champion, which is Nikolai Volkov and the Sheik, along with Freddie Blassie. It's going to be a night to remember. It gives me something to give me faith in another man. I like Kirchner or either Steamboat or whoever I team up with to give me that morale to try to go and get myself a victory.
I thank you very much, Junkyard Dog. You were on a roll in 85, and it's continuing on to 86. Best of luck to you.
With the help of these people and you, Mean Gene, all the TV network, I can't go wrong.
The Junkyard Dog, one of a kind. And he's going to be in tag team action coming up next Saturday night, January the 11th at the Boston Garden. In addition, I should point out, there's more tag team action on this great card when Bruno Sammartino teams up with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff to meet Rowdy Roddy Piper and Ace Cowboy Bob Orton. Tito Santana, Intercontinental Champ, to defend against the Macho Man Randy Savage. Freddie Blassie, your men, Nikolai Volkov, and this man. Where's Volkov, by the way?
Never mind where Volkov is. I heard you talking to that pencil neck geek, Junkyard Dog, asking his opinion about teaming up with Corporal Kirchner. Well, Corporal Kirchner, you and this Junkyard Dog bit off more than he can chew. That's right. Keep quiet, you pencil neck geek. Let the Iron Sheik talk.
Iron Sheik, it is certainly a privilege for me to welcome you back to Boston. Former Olympian, 68 in Mexico City, the Pan Am Games. Many medals as an amateur. Former tag team champion. Former heavyweight champion. Welcome back to Boston.
Thank you very much, Jin Min. I respect your intelligence, and I know Boston, Massachusetts, thousand, Italian, my Panzan, and Iranian, and Arabian, and intelligent Jew people like yourself, they realize, they recognize the Sheik. They know what you're talking about, background of the Sheik. I'm already getting excited. I saw Junkyard Dog. He come open his mouth, and I talk about his young partner, Corporal Kirchner, whatever his name is.
Corporal Kirchner, that's right.
Whatever. No. Boston, Massachusetts, cosmopolitan city, international city, intelligent Boston people.
The home of Harvard University.
Whatever. I don't know about that stuff. You know better than me, Gene. No. We're going to find out. Mr. Blassie said it. Nikolai doesn't worry now. He's in the gym. He's get ready because I heard Junkyard Dog and that punch, they have a lot of support in Boston.
I thank you. Next Saturday night, Boston Garden, tag team action galore. Don't you dare miss it. Holy cow.
pretty much of an easy time, I think it was, for the Macho Man Randy Savage. That's not likely to be the same case, however, later on this weekend on Saturday night's main event when he meets the animal George Steele.
I think not. I think with George Steele, he's going to have the battle of his life. George Steele is as they call him, the animal, and he is just that, and the Macho Man's going to find that out.
And also earlier this week, we saw Valentine and Beefcake just moments ago in the tag team matchup. Next week, as we outlined earlier on, the animal, George the Animal Steele, will join the Junkyard Dog.
Well, this is an unusual combination, of course, but they're both so darn tough that it's going to take quite a couple of opponents to give them any real competition.
Also, another tag team matchup next week. We'll see Tito Santana joining forces with Pedro Morales.
Well, they're great. They've proven themselves over and again. They're one of the finer teams in that ring today.
We'll look forward to those matches mentioned, plus in addition to which, Terry Funk will be on hand next week for individual competition, along with the magnificent Morocco. Notwithstanding that, yet another tag team matchup where we'll see the combination of the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, and his partner, King Tonga, once again join forces, in addition to which we'll have an update on the upcoming Slammys. So long till next week.